Okay, I hope we are on. Now, for my advertisement analysis, I chose an old Marlboro commercial, which I have heard about this commercial before class even, and what I have heard that it basically changed the way advertisement work forever. Now, what happened during that period is cigarettes were finally proven, well, not finally proven, but they were proven that they were very harmful and that they can induce cancer and similar things. Now, that has been a known fact, but at that period, when this commercial was coming out, it suddenly became public knowledge. Right before this commercial, the way that cigarettes were advertised and many other things was a pretty dull way of advertising. It was mostly based on facts and on the product, not based, but focused on the facts and on the product. What Marlboro did here is something completely different. I believe this is called lifestyle advertisement, where they're connecting a product to a certain lifestyle. Now, I have chosen the elaboration likelihood model to analyze this commercial because I believe it is the most fitting. This model is basically a dual process theory describing the change of attitude. What it says is that when we receive a message, we choose between two routes. The central, I mean, not choose, they are not mutually exclusive, but certain cues we analyze through the central route and certain cues through the peripheral route. Now, the ones that are analyzed through the central route are observed more carefully. So, in this case, Marlboro, since cigarettes have been proven very harmful, it cannot use the central route as much. It cannot hit them with hard facts. So it needs to rely on the peripheral route to support the message that they are trying to send. Now let's take a quick look at this ad here. You see, the music in the background is very easygoing. We see this rugged looking man who's rough around the edges, a man of nature, a real masculine man. See, there is no mention of Marlboro, just a brief glimpse. You see him enjoying life to the fullest, right? It's all peripheral cues. They are making an atmosphere around their product. The product itself, the funny thing is, cowboys at that time, they didn't even smoke. Most of them, not at all. But here is a cowboy, at that time the symbol of masculinity in America. That thanks to all the Western movies and such, the symbol of masculinity, and he's smoking a cigarette, Marlboro cigarette. See, when Marlboro started out, they focused their advertisement on women, and as I previously said, they relied on facts and the product, right? But then, after that research, they switched over to men, and they made a revolution. Now, about what I would improve about this commercial, the cigarette industry themselves couldn't really improve much on this because advertising cigarettes has been banned in the U.S. I believe in the year 1970 by Nixon. Don't take my word on that. I would have to double check. But what Marlboro did is they just people continue doing the same thing. Here we have a cowboy who is smoking. I have seen pictures of jet fighter pilots, landing on the strip. Then they come out of the airplane, they light a cigarette, and it has proven pretty effective for them. Marlboro, before this commercial, was or held 1% of the entire cigarette market. A year after this commercial, it climbed to the number 4 spot. It was the fourth biggest cigarette company, and a couple of years after that, it became the #1 brand of cigarettes, and it is the #1 brand of cigarettes to this day.